The most coveted music award show in the world, the Grammys, was held on Sunday, February 4th, 2024, and Africa was well represented at the show, not only in terms of nominees, but performances too. Nigeria's Burna Boy, the African giant, became the first Afrobeats artist to perform at the Grammys, and this symbolizes a huge nod for the genre as it continues to grow as a global force. So, congrats to Burna Boy, congrats to Nigeria, congrats to Afrobeats, and tell you what, Burna Boy did not disappoint. In this video, I'm going to go through the African nominations in the respective categories they were nominated for at the Grammys, and we'll see how Africa performed. Buckle up, this is the no BS version. Let's go through these categories and see how we did. Starting with Best Melodic Rap Performance. Now, this was an outlier. Burna Boy was actually nominated for this one, and I thought, how did this happen? It was a bit of a weird one, and I really didn't fancy Burna Boy's chances. Well, he didn't win. The Grammy went to Lil Durk. The next category was Best Global Music Performance, and we had Burna Boy with the song Alone and Davido with the song Feel, both for Nigeria in this category, and unfortunately, they didn't win. The Grammy went to Bella Fleck, Edgar Maya, and Zakir Hussain, featuring Rakesh Chaurazia for Pashto, USA and India. In the Best Global Music Album category was Burna Boy and Davido again. These guys going toe-to-toe. It's really nice seeing them right at the top of music. And this was for Burna Boy's I Told Them album, and then for Davido's Timeless album. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this Grammy went to Shakti for This Moment, which is India and England. In the Best Comedy Album, Africa's representative and only representative was Trevor Noah from South Africa with I Wish You Would. He too did not win this category. It went to Dave Chappelle, What's in a Name. In the Best Compilation Soundtrack for Visual Media, we had various artists, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and Thames was there for one of the songs, and that album did not win. The Grammy went to Barbie, the album. Definitely a tough outing for Africa at the 2024 Grammys. However, regardless of whatever was going to happen with all these other Grammys, we all knew Africa was going to walk away with at least one Grammy, because there's a new category this year titled Best African Music Performance, and this is Africa all the way. Didn't matter, we were going to walk away with at least one Grammy this year, and that's amazing to even say this. But it really speaks to where Africa is in terms of music. We are growing, we're moving in the right direction, and we're getting the respect from overseas, outside the continent. The nominees for Best African Music Performance 2024 at the Grammys were Ashake and Olamide with the song Amapiano representing Nigeria, Ira Star, Rush, Nigeria, Burna Boy, City Boys, Nigeria, Davido featuring Musa Keys, Unavailable, Nigeria and South Africa, and lastly Tyler, Water, South Africa. Something I mentioned in the Grammys video I did a couple of months ago was that this category was impossible. Absolutely impossible to predict or call, because all of these songs, all of the performances were just top tier, and they were groundbreaking performances for some of the artists here. And to even say who was gonna win this, honestly, it was just based on which songs do you like more than anything. And also considering that the Grammy criteria is not what most people think it is. It's based on, a number of variables that include artistic merit, originality, technical proficiency and overall impact. And there's no waiting to say whether, say overall impact is more weighted than technical proficiency. We just don't know. And the winner of the inaugural Best African Music Performance was Tyler with the song Water, representing South Africa.
Oh my, what the heck? What? Oh my gosh, guys, this is crazy. Like, I never thought I'd say I won a Grammy at 22 years old. Guys, like, I'm, if you don't know me, my name is Tyler, I'm from South Africa. And last year, God decided to change my whole life.
You could tell that Tyler herself couldn't even believe it, but come on. She's 22. She's just had the biggest, maybe 6 months of her life right now, and she wins her first Grammy. Wow. If anything, she is a star in the making. She's just done amazing for herself. And obviously not forgetting the team behind the song Water, because it just wasn't Tyler herself. I mean, Water was produced by Sammy Soso, aka Sammy Made It, who's already Grammy nominated before this, and he's got his Grammy with this song. And then co-produced by Israel, there's Arithen Smith, Believe, Imani Lewis, Richard Ledesma, Dro Hidalgo, Omozuka, Jack Lumastro, a whole team behind this song. Congrats to Tyler and congrats to South Africa, especially after getting into the AFCON semifinals this weekend and then winning the Grammy too. Come on, man, that's so awesome. Well done. Overall, when looking at the Grammys this year, from an African perspective, I think there was a lot more disappointment than elation, if we're going to be honest. We knew we were going to walk away with at least one African Grammy anyway, so that was kind of expected. But for the other categories, I mean, they were tough categories, especially the best global music categories. Those categories are never easy to win. Something that I thought anyway beforehand was, because there's been a lot of focus on African music, Afrobeats in particular, and the wins also going back to like when Wizkid won it with Beyonce, and then you get Burna Boy winning it, and then you got Thames last year as well. I think there was always going to be like other parts of the world were also going to be like, well, how about us, why aren't we winning these Grammys in Asia or Europe or the Middle East, wherever? In that regard, you never want to make the awards about being left out, as in, oh, now we're going to give it to this region because they didn't get it last year. It still has to be about music and the aspects that qualified to be a great piece of creativity and art. Now you tell me, what are your thoughts around the Grammys this year and how Africa really, with so many nominations, I think Burna Boy had like 4, Davido had like 3, and they didn't win anything. It's not uncommon, this happens all the time, but I think there was a lot of expectancy around these artists, and especially for African music. In my opinion, these artists, all of them that were nominated for Grammys this year, the African artists that were nominated, are still winners in my book, because to get nominated in the first place, you have to have done something truly amazing in the music industry, and your level of art is right up there. So I think they're all winners whichever way. I also should mention that Rayvanny and Stukizi from Tanzania were nominated on Maluma's Don Juan album for Best Latin Pop Album, which unfortunately lost and didn't win. And as it stands, there's a chance for Fireboy DML Nigeria to win as a feature on John Baptiste's World Music Radio album for Album of the Year. Seun Kuti, Amare, and CK feature on Janelle Monáe's album The Age of Pleasure for Album of the Year again, so anything could happen. Otherwise, that's it for me. My name is MJ Wemoto, son of Zimbabwe, signing out. Peace. Dende.